Okay, this is going to be a little bit tedious, but we're going to go through this video. There's some guy, his name is Mike Rogers, a congressman from Brighton, Michigan, I guess. He thinks that Bradley Manning, who released this tape that we're about to watch, should get the death penalty. So we're just going to look at this tape and see exactly how this endangers the United States, this being out. I believe it informs the United States, and as a taxpayer, really like to demand to be able to see all of these tapes after a reasonable amount of time and so on. This one was refused to be leaked. To be released until it was leaked. The U.S. military claimed the victims in the battle that took place between U.S. forces and insurgents died in a battle. Lieutenant Colonel Scott Blakewell said, quote, "There's no question that coalition forces were clearly engaged in combat operation against a hostile force." And, strictly speaking, that might be true. So here, part of what I will do in this commentary of this video, and if you want to just see the video, go somewhere else, it'll be less grainy, but this is for my comment on it, is that I've said that this video doesn't show any illegal behavior by the soldiers in the helicopter whose voices we hear. And of course, from the left side, I get complaints on that. You can't just say they were following orders. You know what? You can't say you're just following orders when you're gassing children and whole families. That's not just following orders. But these guys followed the rules of engagement. But that just feeds into the point that there's no reason that this should have been classified. There's a Freedom of Information Act. Reuters asked for this tape. 2 of their employees died. They're supposed to get the tape. That's the crime. Okay. Okay, this one says Reuters demanded an investigation into the killings. U.S. military authorities concluded that the actions of the soldiers and pilots involved were in accordance with the law of armed conflict and their rules of engagement. I think that's true. And what's really in question in this is the rules of engagement. That's why it was hidden, not to protect the soldiers. In August 2007, Reuters used the Freedom of Information Act to request a copy of the video evidence taken from the primary helicopter involved in the attack. The video has not been released until now. This is the WikiLeaks page.
Or they keep walking by and one of them has a weapon. Roger, receive, Carter. Okay. See all those people standing down there? Stand by. Roger. Stay firm.
Okay, wait. So maybe right now, maybe this is a danger by our enemies can know that we have cameras that can see, like a half mile or further away, look right down to people. I don't know, maybe they don't know we have telescopic lenses. Or what about the fact that now people in Baghdad will know we fly military helicopters over?
Yeah, Roger, I just estimated there's about 20 of them. Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's anybody's met the element. Caught that white 6. That's a weapon. Yeah.
Okay, that's not a weapon. That's a camera. When I first saw this video, I thought there were no weapons. We'll see in a bit there definitely were weapons as well. But that's camera. Those are both cameras. And actually, the way I noticed there were weapons is Julian Assange had an interview where he said, well, there were weapons. And I watched the video again and I could see. I'll show you.
Hotel 26. Crazy Horse 1-8.
We'll call for change by Charlie Mike Bravo.
Speed 37, Red White 6, Westminster 6 Romeo. Roger.
Fucking break. Hotel 26 is Crazy Horse 1-8. Have individuals with weapons.
4 radio.
Rio Band 1-4.
Yep, he's got a weapon too.
Those are the guys with the weapons. There's a couple AK-47s those guys have.
Hotel 26, Crazy Horse 1-8. Have 5 to 6 individuals with AK-47s. Request permission to engage.
Roger that. We have no personnel east of our position, so you are free to engage over.
Alright, we'll be engaging. Roger, go ahead. I can't.
Okay, so this is the first indication of something like strategy. Is this a strategy that has to be hidden, that the rules of engagement evidently require that you have a gun and then you can kill a whole group of people as long as there's a few guns? Is that a problem to the people that want to criticize the soldiers? Do you not see the sense of, if your officer tells you that's the rule of engagement, that there's fighting going on in the city and you can engage people with guns? Or maybe you should only be able to engage when they're pointing a gun at you, but we'll get to that too, because that also happens.
Get them down because they're behind that building.
Anybody has element? Call
We got an RPG.
Alright, we got.
Okay, I did not think that was an RPG. I could have been a camera there as well, but it's awful big. But it is an RPG. If you watch it a bunch of times, you can see.
With an RPG.
So, and he points it at the helicopter.
Okay. No, hold on. Let's come around. Let's come our point of view. Yeah, we're gonna come around.
Right there.
We won't. Yeah, we got a guy.
Spooky. So that's spooky. But the thing is, again, this exonerates to some degree that the helicopters had reason. Now, you could say, to be more cautious or not, they pointed an RPG at the helicopter. So this does show that the rules of engagement so far were followed. There's some more questionable stuff, but I think the rules of engagement were followed by these soldiers, which makes it all the more odd that they would not release this. Why would they not release it in that case? What is it about this that is dangerous to the United States? Because right now it's just showing that if you point an RPG at a helicopter, if you're with the guy that does that, then you might get blown up.
Now he's behind the building. God damn it. Coming around.
Roger. He was right in front of the Brad, about there 1 o'clock. Haven't seen anything since then.
Just fucking, once you get on, just open them up.
Okay, Roger. I see your element. You got about 4 Humvees out along this.
You're clear. All right, firing.
Line here. With the state line.
Let me know when you get it. We'll shoot. Light them all up.
Traffic 260.
Come on, fire.
What's really interesting in the midst of this sadness is how long it takes for the bullets to reach their target. These guys are so far away.
Hey, Roger.
Keep shooting. Keep shooting.
Bushmaster 2-6. We need to move time now.
All right, we just engaged all 8 individuals. Now we need to.
Okay, so what so far is a big secret that our enemies are going to learn from this? Because all I see is that we learn what we're doing, and if we don't like it, we can change it. But what is our enemy? They don't know.
We're still firing. Roger. Got him.
Oh, that's the Reuters guy.
I'm sorry, I was on the gun. God damn it, Kyle. Sorry. I hit him by head. All right, you're clear. All right, I'm just trying to find targets again.
Bushmaster 6, this is Bushmaster 2-6.
Got a bunch of bodies laying there.
Okay, there are a couple names in the state, but it's names of the dead people.
All right, we got about 8 individuals. Yeah, we got one guy crawling around down there, but we definitely got some.